Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here at T3 Live, and this week we started a couple new spots, so hopefully I can get some more information out to you. Besides on my VTF, being on the headset 7 hours a day, making a video at night, and the weekend video, and the coaching session on Thursday, and all that kind of stuff. This week I started a couple new spots, doing a halftime show at 12:30 Eastern, and that's on the T3 Live Facebook page. You can join me there for 10-15 minutes, see what's going on during the day. Maybe we can get some continuations in the afternoon. Tuesday, 1 hour after the close, I'm on the Facebook, or on the T3 Live YouTube, called the Wheels in Motion Show, and I'm on it for about a half an hour. And what I do is I show you a bunch of the signals that are in force that have kicked in for the week, where you can look for some more continuation there. So hopefully you can join me on that. But for right now, it's Friday. So that's one of the things we did got the SPY going towards the highs, the recent highs. And one of the things that was important is, like, with those weekly signals that we had on Tuesday, a bunch of that stuff you saw kicking really hard yesterday, all right? And so I want to show you why that happens. So we already knew that 2 is taking out one side of the previous range, right? So for this week, which direction is the 2? Up. We took out this side of the bar. That's 2. All right, and then your goal is to take these highs here, which you did. So the question is when you're going to get the beefy move where you know you've had some corrective activity, right, as opposed to always just buying straight into the highs. That was yesterday. So here you can see 2 up is taking that side, 2 down, and then 2 back up. That's the 2, 2, 2 continuation, and that tells you got corrective activity because you had a 2 down, and then you go back in to full time frame continuity the upside. Q, Q, Q. The same. 2 up, 2 down, then it's go time, right? That means there's been corrective activity. They've reset it, and boom. And that's where you saw the really big move. So you want to be aware of that is when you're looking at something as opposed to just always buying something that's like appearing to break out into new highs. Another thing I do is I make a video every night for my gang, and one of those last night was a good one here, was RH. And when you see something like this is why people think they see wedges or whatever they want to believe. But when you see this inside day here, right, and 2 up, 2 down, then 1, 2, 1, 2 back up. But when you're looking at something like this, a chart like this, anybody who's been short this thing is slowly gearing it down if they can stay short, do that stuff. But then once you get this inside day and you start popping up, any buying is going to have levels like here, 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 of people that are short against, because when people are long or short, you're normally short against some pivot or something else. So you get a real buyer in there, you get a real nice push, and even if you miss the opening push, you got the inside 15 right here. That's a 1, 2, and this one up 140.25 before topping out $5 higher in the next half an hour. So that was pretty nice. Another thing that's interesting to keep an eye on too, one of the things in my course is I teach about the hammer countering the outside bar, right? And what that means is an outside bar has to be a broadening formation because it took out both sides of the previous range. So on a shorter term time frame, that's a broadening formation, and if that broadening formation continues to grow, you get the hammer back in, and guess where you're going? You're going to take this out, right? The broadening formation. Broaden, what you did. If you go to the 5 minute, you're going to see this. See, a lot of times when things really get going, then people are too afraid to touch it. But you can see how it started into here. It started yesterday. Higher high, lower low. Higher high, lower low. Higher high, higher high. Oh, egad, lower low. Boom, and then all the way back up. And you see broadening formations will grow bigger. So here's the original 5 minute. And then boom, you took it out to the upside and the downside and all the way back up, right? So just something that you can look for, this pattern here, the 15 minute. And you can look for this on anything. We look for this on monthlies, yearlies, quarterlies, dailies. Outside bar countered with hammer or shooter, because you've got the triangle and you've got your actionable signal back into it. All right, so we had those Qs coming up, and then we had the diamonds, like I was talking about last week. What we were looking for this week, the inside week in the diamonds, the 1, 2. All right, inside is a 1. Taking out one side is a 2. So you come down, there's only 3 ways price can reverse, and one of them is 2 down, inside, 2 up, and there it is right there, and that gave us a lot of nice ones. Boeing, inside weaken up, Git, Visa, Cat, UNH, Disney Mouse, all in the Dow. Real easy peasy stuff. And we talk about a bunch of that stuff on Tuesday, so hopefully you can join me for that. You also had the usual suspects like Amazon and all the NASDAQ crackers cranking up. So I guess, what it comes down to is, well, we also have IBB. In IBB, not a real ripper week, but still, on the month, nice bright and green, and that's what you want when a monthly around the 13th or so, because that tells you it's on the move. When you see something like this, yeah, IBB's moving and working. And so a couple of the things that we look at, and I make a weekend video every weekend. If you'd like to check that out, hit us up at T3 Customer Service. GILD, inside month. All right, inside month to the upside, right? Just that same 1-2, it's still working. And the Celgene here, inside month to the upside, still working. That broke over at 80.70. Now you're at 85.69. You got plenty of month left on these. Definitely going to continue to keep an eye on that. And also going forward here is really the no man's landers. And what I mean by that is, it's been pretty apparent that, we've had some of the defensive names like the XLP and stuff like that going up. Now the NASDAQ and all that. Now you had the Dow go. And so the things that are just sitting there doing nothing, like FAS, how are we going to get out of here? Now, it was inside week to the upside, but you're still stuck in here. So an XLF, you're still stuck in there, still trying to figure out direction. The transports, and you'll see a little bit difference between the IBB and the transport monthly. It's green, but it's still inside the mess of this. So looking to get out of there, an XLE. Inside month poked up, it comes back in here. So I'll have my weekend video out, but right now we had some nice, beautiful setups in the Dow and a bunch of NASDAQ stuff this week. So really going forward, we're going to start to have some more earnings. And so more often than not, we can have a stagnant market while everything else goes each which way. But as far as a real major move, we want to continue to focus on, first of all, the things that are moving, but then the extra clues we're going to get from these things that are pretty much in limbo doing nothing. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I hope everybody had a great week, has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here at T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up.